Everybody hates intrusive DRM. Let's be honest, even the developers seem to hate it. Well, most of the good ones anyways. Digital rights management has been discussed and over-discussed plenty of times, so I'm not going to get into the debate on whether it's right or wrong in this particular video. However, despite the criticism leveled at various DRM schemes over the years, there was always an element of legitimacy. The concept of protecting an otherwise difficult-to-protect asset is a valid one to consider. At the end of the day, the developers need to be paid for the work that they put into a video game. If they aren't paid, then obviously it becomes more difficult to create new games and the whole industry suffers. So enter Razer. Their mice now have DRM. I'm going to repeat that because it would seem to be important. Razer mice now have DRM. Here's the scoop. The mouse ships with a driver called Synapse. The driver came with an actually potentially useful feature, that being the ability to save your mouse profile to the Razer cloud server, thus enabling you to access it anywhere you go without having to set everything up again. However, this is where things get a little strange. Razer elected to force the use of this cloud service for the first activation of the device. A user over on techdirt.com discovered the intrusive oddity during an unfortunate server outage that Razer was experiencing during Hurricane Sandy. Razer told him to use his brand new $80 mouse as a plug-and-play to work around the problem. It's a very interesting way to tell somebody tough luck. There is a very valid question here that Razer hasn't answered. Why does a piece of hardware require online authentication at all? The driver does have an offline mode, but requires online activation before you can access it. And their new end-user license agreement gives them all the standard rights and privileges to use your data as they see fit, despite their obvious claim that they would never do such a thing. The EULA gives them the right to even more information than the usual time, date, and location of access that would be garnered from every server authentication. And having that kind of verifiable goldmine at their disposal, you wouldn't expect a company to just throw it in the trash. I mean, that's what happened with Facebook, right? Here are my problems with this situation. First off, the idea that a mouse has to be registered before its official drivers will work is ridiculous. You cannot claim the same reasoning that software devs do, the idea that they're curbing piracy, because it's a physical hardware product that had to be bought before it could ever be registered. Second, what right does a company have to know where, when, and how gamers are playing games? Razer called it standard boilerplate language, and while that is true, it still gives them a license to do with the information as they see fit. Third, it's a goddamn mouse. Makes me think of the classic Dilbert boss making a company-changing decision because somebody told him he should get involved in this cool new cloud thing. Myself, I'll stick to Logitech, a less expensive, more well-built, and well-supported brand, thanks very much. That's all I have to say. Tarmack out.